What's up? Moncho here today for another session of Get Schooled. It's good to see you in class again. Good to see me too. It's time for today's pop quiz. Name one country in Latin America that's seeing explosive growth in both landline and mobile subscribers. Is it A, Mexico, B, Brazil, C, Argentina, or D, Colombia? I could do this all day. Don't know the answer? Don't go loco. Sit back, relax. It's time to get schooled.
Hi, I'm Dave Morphus, and we're here today with Tarcisio Ribeiro to talk about the Latin American communications market. Tarcisio, I think at the highest level we want to sort of set the stage. What can you tell us about the communication market on the whole?
Sure, Dave. First of all, let's talk about some of the major economies in Latin America. Let's look into Brazil and Mexico. Brazil and Mexico are respectively the 12th and 15th largest economy in the world in terms of GDP. In addition to that, the Latin America region has been through a period of unprecedented economic and political instability. This stability has also sparked some deregulation and modernization of telecommunication services. Let me give you a practical example. 10 years ago, I used to live in Brazil. At that time, if you wanted to have a fixed line service for your home, you would have to wait 10 years to get a line from the state-owned company or buy one in the black market for around $10,000. On the cellular side, my first cell phone 10 years ago, I paid $450 only for the line, and even paying this amount of money, I had to wait 11 months before I had my cell phone in my hands. Nowadays, you can walk into a store and you can get a cell phone in 5 minutes, and you only have to pay for the services you use. On the landline side, the operators in country right now can activate a line for you in 5 days, and you have your service and you don't need to pay any initial fee like you used to have to pay in the past. Also, in terms of subscribers, if you look into Brazil specifically, it's the 8th largest country in terms of landline subscribers and the 7th largest country in terms of mobile subscribers. So these are great economies with a lot of potential, both for service providers and for equipment providers.
You've talked about some of the advances 10 years ago, 20 years ago versus now, and things have come a long way, but what sort of challenges are still in existence today?
Okay. So all these investments that I was talking about and all this change in modernization has attracted the attention of many international investors and some very powerful consortia that are live in the region. With that, we face now an environment of a lot of competition on the service provider space. From the subscriber side, they have lots of options. On the service provider side, they have to face new problems that they didn't used to have before, as the market used to be monopolistic. So, right now, if you look on the landline side, you have problems that are very similar to what we face in the United States. The traditional source of revenues, what used to be POTS lines, is disappearing. So subscribers are migrating to alternative source of communications. They're using voice over IP. They're using wireless communication to replace their landlines at home. On the wireless side, you have countries where you have 6 or 7 competitive service providers competing for the subscribers. This creates an environment where operators need to innovate on their service offering and continue to reduce costs to remain competitive in the marketplace.
Given where Latin America is going, then I would assume there are multiple technologies and network types that are being rolled out. Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, let's separate that in 3 areas. First, let's look at the residential services. Offering plain old telephone service is not enough anymore. Operators or service providers cannot live off just offering what they used to do 10 years ago. In addition to that, the service providers need new source of revenues. In order to find this new source of revenues, they want to enter into delivering video, data, and voice, and sometimes even mobility to the subscribers. In order to do that, the landline operators are looking into technologies like FTTX, most prominently GPON. There's a lot of evaluation in the marketplace around GPON technology and what kind of services they can offer with this technology. Also, they are looking into WiMAX. There is licensing efforts going on across the region for WiMAX, and the operators want to offer services over this technology. On the business services side, they are trying to modernize their networks and transition from frame relay and ATM-based services into Metro Ethernet-based services. So there's a lot of investment going on there. And they try to bring the existing subscribers that use frame relay and ATM into a Metro Ethernet networks. The third one is in mobility side. Operators are now evaluating third generation technologies for wireless. So you have a lot of efforts towards UMTS and third generation of CDMA systems. There's some licensing auctions and licensing efforts going on across the region, and there's a lot of evaluation going on both on the RF side and the transport side of the network.
We've got quite a bit of positive momentum. We've got quite a bit of change and migration going on. So what are vendors doing to address these needs?
Okay, that's a good question, Dave. So in terms of the residential services, vendors are coming up with solutions that address high bandwidth services. So for example, FTTX, GPON. Tellabs, for example, has a very innovative solution with the 1150, where we can offer FTTP, FTTC, and FTTN all out of the same platform. That represents tremendous cost reductions and flexibility to the service providers. On the business services, vendor comes with MSPP-like solutions that can provide not only one kind of service, but can also bridge the legacy services into the new services. Tellabs, for example, has the 8800 and the 6300 that allows you to do that. The 8800 allows you to bridge your frame relay and ATM networks to new Metro Ethernet services all across an IP MPLS converged backbone. And the 6300 can leverage the incumbents of SDH that we have across all the region to deliver Metro Ethernet services. On the mobile side, Tellabs has a very innovative solution with the Tellabs 8600. It allows the operators to take the traditional traffic, the traditional TDM traffic of 2G, and converge over the same infrastructure with 3G traffic that is much less predictable in nature. All this is surrounded by our professional service solutions that allows our customers to implement these networks in a quick and very reliable way. So in summary, the combination of a growing market with a very competitive landscape offers tremendous opportunities for Tellabs, and we are here to capitalize on those. We have incumbents across the region, and we have very innovative products that allow our customers to succeed.
Okay, what's the correct answer? Guess what? Trick question. Latin America overall is experiencing rapid growth in both landline and mobile subscribers. But did you know Brazil is the 7th largest country in terms of mobile subscribers? To find out more, download the cheat sheet at inspirethenewlife.com. Come on back tomorrow for another quiz and maybe a mojito. I'll be waiting. Oyo como va?